Hi, my name is Anthony Harris. Have you ever been bullied or hazed trying to join an organization at your school? Well, some people are for hazing and some are against hazing. However, a line must be drawn when someone loses their life. If hazing laws are taught and enforced while in school, it can prevent this from happening. Hazing takes place in high schools and colleges, and it even trends in everyday life. When I was in high school, I was hazed when I was a part of two organizations, uh, marching band, and even in the junior fraternity. We're all in college, and we may have experienced hazing at one point in our lives. So I think it's important that we reach out to our children so that they won't be part of these practices or even be victims of this practice. 90% of all high school students belong to at least one group, and half of them reported being subjected to hazing activities, and 1.5 million high school students are hazed each year. Let's talk about people who haze and people who are against teaching about hazing and enforcing hazing laws. I can understand why some people may, think hazing is cool. Individuals like in fraternities think it's okay because hazing is a tradition that is passed on from them from brother to brother or in a sorority from sister to sister. They may argue that the laws may interfere with their traditions and their teachings, and their teachings and their traditions have been in place before those laws. However, I don't think hazing should be taught in high schools. A study showed that high school students' self-report of hazing is substantially lower. The actual behavior reported was about 29%, and of that 29%, 15% have been hazed, 7% have left the group because of hazing, and 7% have witnessed hazing. That's pretty high. Here are some statistics that can be found on InsideHazing.com. Some may think high school hazing is just horseplay, but let's talk about college hazing. In the college organizations that haze, the greatest percentage of their members are fraternity and sorority. So let's say about 3/4 of that population. That's pretty substantial. There was also a time when a young man by the name of Robert Champion, he was a drum major in FAMU Marching 100s. That's their marching band down there in Florida A&M University. On November 19th, 2011, Mr. Robert had passed from hazing. A hazing incident had taken place, and this hazing ritual was called crossing over. And this is when, you know, you join a group, you go through this hazing process, and you get like jumped in or what have you. Terrible process. When do we start to learn about hazing and how it affects us in the future? If hazing laws aren't taught or enforced in schools, it will cause trends later on in life, most definitely. If we were to educate on hazing in high schools, like they teach about sex and drugs and things of that nature, I believe that Students will be able to identify when it's occurring, how to avoid hazing, and even, you know, be aware of the consequences that comes with hazing. Hazing is not a problem just in college or in high school. It's a problem in everyday life, like at your work site or in the NFL, just for example, and even in the military. In the NFL, I believe the Miami Dolphins, offensive tackle Jonathan Martin and I think another rookie, his name was Richie. I can't remember his last name, but I know that they're undergoing an investigation just because of hazing. And then you have the military, which has hazing as well. So, had these individuals been educated on hazing, the incidents may have never occurred. So, in conclusion, hazing does take place in high schools. And if hazing laws aren't taught and enforced in schools, it won't help prevent the problem. So, let's break the cycle of hazing and start today. Thank you.